The Trump guilty verdict has put some people over the edge.
I'm about to put you guys on. How does this not drive you crazy? Can you help?
Donald Trump is not even the craziest person in politics. The craziest person in politics is...
Donald Trump is convicted before anyone on Epstein's client list. Huh, okay. We have politicians that go into office worth about $2, and now they're millionaires. Yet he's the one being funny with money? Huh, okay.
The financial landscape of American politics reveals a stark contrast between substantial personal wealth of many top politicians and the average citizen that they represent. Numerous high-ranking politicians boast net worths that span from millions to billions of dollars, reflecting a trend where significant portions of their wealth originate from business ventures, investments, or inheritance rather than their political salaries. Among the wealthiest is J.B. Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, whose net worth is approximately $3.4 billion. Pritzker, a Democrat and a member of the family that owns the Hyatt Hotels Corporation, epitomizes the blend of business acumen and political influence that characterizes many affluent politicians. Another billionaire in the political arena is Doug Burgum, the governor of North Dakota, whose wealth, estimated at $1.1 billion, stems from the sale of his software company to Microsoft. And this significant financial background often provides politicians like Burgum a platform to support their political careers independent of traditional political funding. Among the multimillionaires, Darrell Issa, a representative from California, who has a net worth of $460 million, largely earned from his role as CEO of Directed Electronics, a major automobile security company, and this wealth highlights the entrepreneurial spirit prevalent among affluent politicians. Similarly, Jim Justice, governor of West Virginia, worth about $450 million, amassed his wealth through diverse business ventures in coal, agriculture, and hospitality. Jared Polis, governor of Colorado, with a net worth of $400 million, co-founded several successful internet companies before his political career, showcasing the financial diversity among top politicians. In the Senate, Mitt Romney of Utah and Rick Scott of Florida are notable for their substantial fortunes. Romney, with a net worth between $250 and $300 million, made his money through the private investment firm Bain Capital, which he co-founded. His wealth underscores his long-standing presence in both business and politics. Rick Scott, with a net worth of approximately $220 million, transitioned from a successful career in healthcare and venture capital to the Senate, illustrating the financial leverage that personal wealth can bring to political careers. This concentration of wealth among politicians raises questions about the representation and influence within the American political system, and while their wealth provides independence and significant leverage, it also distances them from the average American's experience, potentially influencing their legislative priorities and policy decisions. The average net worth of many Congress members being in the millions further emphasizes this disparity, suggesting a broader trend of affluent individuals dominating political offices. And basically, there are many top earning American politicians who just so happen to be multimillionaires or billionaires, with wealth often derived from business ventures, investments, or inheritance. However, this wealth disparity raises questions about representation and influence within the American political system.
We got 2 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Save our country, vote Trump. Exactly.
They got a leader now, but let's turn.
There are three men who are running the White House, and Joe Biden is not one of them. Okay? The most powerful person inside the White House is Jill Biden. Everything has to go through her. But the guys making the decisions on policy are...
How many of you have one of...
Boys, step aside. Time to let the big dog work his magic.
The Republicans started out fighting with niggas. The Democrats created the Ku Klux Klan. The Republicans authored, sponsored, and almost passed all civil rights legislation for black people in this country. It's been the Democrats opposing, even to this day.
Jeff Zients, okay? Z-I-E-N-T-S, 57 years old, White House Chief of Staff, born in D.C., Duke University, Okay. He replaced Ron Klain in January of 2023. Okay. Jeff Zients, chief of staff. But the most powerful person in the White House.
Do you know what most people consider to be powerful have in common? This perception of power and authority is influenced by a combination of personal attributes, social symbols, and structural positions. Wealth and financial resources are significant indicators of power, providing people with access to resources and the ability to influence economic decisions. Prominent politicians and business leaders often exemplify this, with their substantial personal fortunes underscoring their influence. Occupational and social status also play crucial roles in conferring authority. High-ranking positions in organizations and businesses and government or institutions inherently carry power due to the responsibilities and influence that they entail. Titles such as CEO, president, senator, or general are commonly associated with authority, reflecting the leadership roles that these positions command in society. Control over information and networks is another key factor. People who manage critical information or have extensive networks of influential contacts can wield significant power. Media moguls, intelligence officials, and leaders of large professional networks often hold considerable sway over public opinion and decision-making processes. Education and expertise further contribute to the perception of authority. Advanced education and specialized knowledge provide individuals with a platform to influence opinions and decisions within their fields. Experts in law, medicine, academia, and technology often command respect and authority due to their deep understanding and skills. Political influence is directly associated with power and authority, particularly for elected officials and political leaders. Their ability to enact laws, shape public policy, and represent constituencies grants them substantial control over societal functions and directions. Symbols of authority, such as uniforms, titles, and symbols of office, visually and symbolically reinforce power. A judge's robe, a military uniform, or a CEO's office are examples of symbols that convey authority in societal interactions. Personal traits and charisma also play a significant role. Confidence, assertiveness, and charisma can enhance anybody's perceived power and often inspiring loyalty and admiration. Charismatic leaders can mobilize and influence people effectively, bolstering their authority. And finally, cultural and social norms influence the perception of power. In some cultures, factors such as age, gender, or family lineage can confer authority, highlighting the contextual nature of power dynamics.
I have some breaking news coming out of New York, out of Georgia, out of the state of Missouri.
But I'm not allowed to talk. I'm gagged. Nobody's ever heard of it. It's all coming out. It's weaponization, and it's a very dangerous thing. We've never had that in this country. They do have it in other countries, in South American countries. You know a little bit about it, right?
Well, that actually leads me to my question. I think for a lot of Americans, what's happened to you feels foreign. Like this has never happened here before.
Yeah.
But the most powerful person in the White House is Michael Donnellan, 65, Providence, Rhode Island. He has his law degree from Georgetown in D.C. He's a chief strategist. He runs the show. Okay? Not foreign affairs, though. Jake Sullivan runs foreign affairs, not the Secretary of State. Okay. So Donnellan is the most powerful, and he and Zients, I'm sorry, I can't even say his name. Forget it. Jeff. Okay.
Let's talk about entitlement programs and how the U.S. government provides several key entitlement programs designed to support citizens who meet specific eligibility criteria such as age, income, or disability. These programs serve as vital safety nets, ensuring that individuals and families can maintain a basic standard of living during times of economic hardship, personal crisis, or old age. One of the most significant entitlement programs is Social Security, which offers monthly benefits to retired workers, disabled individuals, and survivors of deceased workers. Funded through payroll taxes, Social Security is a primary source of income for many elderly Americans and providing financial stability in retirement. Medicare is another crucial program, offering federal health insurance primarily to people aged 65 and older, although it also covers certain younger individuals with disabilities. Medicare includes several parts. Part A covers hospital insurance, Part B covers medical insurance, and Part D provides prescription drug coverage. And this program helps older citizens manage the high cost of healthcare associated with aging. For those with limited income and resources, Medicaid offers essential medical cost assistance. This joint federal and state program covers a wide range of health services, making it the largest source of funding for medical and health-related services for low-income Americans. Medicaid's coverage varies by state, but it typically includes inpatient and outpatient hospital services, doctor visits, long-term medical care, and more. The Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, better known as SNAP, and most commonly known as food stamps, provides nutrition assistance to people who earn low levels of income and low-income families. Beneficiaries receive electronic benefit transfer or EBT cards, which can be used to purchase food at authorized retailers. SNAP ensures that vulnerable populations have access to essential nutrition. The Temporary Assistance for Needy Families, or TANF, is designed to help pregnant women and families with dependent children achieve self-sufficiency. And TANF provides temporary financial assistance and promotes employment through various support services. The goal of TANF is to reduce dependency on government benefits by encouraging work and personal responsibility. These entitlement programs reflect the government's commitment to supporting its citizens in need, offering a safety net that helps millions of Americans maintain a basic standard of living. However, the sustainability and fiscal impact of these programs are often subject to public and political debate, given their substantial share of federal spending. Balancing the provision of adequate support with fiscal responsibility remains a critical challenge for policymakers. And depending on who you ask, there are even special entitlement programs for undocumented residents seeking asylum in this country.
There was a switch, the Southern strategy, during Nixon's era. They really didn't switch. The platforms and the methods changed. The Democrats created entitlement programs to bait us in for more votes. Dr. King was peddling with the Republicans, Kennedy and them. The Democrats got smarter. That's where LBJ come in and says, I'm going to have these voting Democrat for the next 400 years.
In the past, we are basically Democrats, all of us. And after what's happened the last 4 years in this country, Democrats are basically pushing everybody to the other side. We're a very patriotic group, and we love our country, and we want the best for America.
I know. I know no one has like the balls to support the country you live in or go live in the country that you support. There's nothing that's more true than this statement. As an immigrant, I find it ridiculous to see the amount of American people hating on their own country. But worse than this is the fact that they refuse to leave, and they also hate it, but they take advantage of everything that America has to offer them.
Supporter.
A lot of Americans, what's happened to you feels foreign, like this has never happened here before. Yeah. But for Hispanic Americans,
this is unprecedented, and he is the first.
A lot of Americans, what's happened to you feels foreign, like this has never happened here before. Yeah. But for Hispanic Americans,
we're Hispanic, and if you laugh while being sick, you're not sick anymore. What do you think? You're the coolest guy in the parking lot, and then this guy shows up.
Third guy is an interesting guy. Vinaya Reddy. He is 45. He's a chief speechwriter. He's been with Biden forever. Okay? Dayton, Ohio, Miami University of Ohio, got his law degree from Ohio State. He puts all the words in Biden's mouth.
And Joan Shangang, I'm going to pronounce it, Shanga Koawa.
What did he just say? And can we revisit your comment about what's concerning? Because that's concerning, Harry. Harry, I'm sorry. I know you got huge.
He was was gonna get his laptop fixed, but Hunter got high. He wasn't gonna show up.
It's the same old theme since 1916. In your head.
This is not a drill. This is the One Piece of the year. I'm telling you, Kulani. This is not a.
You charge him for allegedly paying people to hush when you have others who literally have unexplained bodies dropping around them. Huh. Okay.
Those three guys and Jill run the United States of America with an assist from National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan. Everybody got it? There are three men who are running the White House.
That's a great side business that anyone can do and make money from it online. In today's digital era, script writing is a viable avenue for supplemental income, easily made possible for everyone thanks to free online tools like the ones that I use every single day for me and my clients.
So I stop right there. Once you start looking into it, when I look at the Republican platform, the conservative principles is what mama and them raised us with. God, family. No, you don't only live once. You make right choices and decisions. I go with these principles. The Democrats is liberals. You're free to do whatever. Be who you, no. So I go with this platform. That's why I'm a conservative nigga voting Republican.
We are tired of immigration. We're tired of our tax dollars going to immigration. We're tired of the crime. We need to put a handle on things in this country and bring it back to how it should be. I put out a poll in my union. President Trump is leading Joe Biden 3-1 on my presidential poll out of my 9,000 members right now. We are very tired of the situation with groceries, inflation, gas prices, illegal immigration, crime. We're living it every day in New York City.
Crime is more than a social issue. It's an economic burden that significantly affects the cost of living in urban areas. One of the most tangible impacts of crime is the need for increased security measures and to protect themselves and their properties. And people and businesses invest in alarms, surveillance systems, and security personnel, adding to the overall cost of living. These expenditures are not merely optional, but necessary responses to the threat posed by criminal activity. Moreover, the prevalence of crime leads to higher insurance premiums. Insurers perceive greater risks in areas with high crime rates, resulting in elevated premiums for home, car, and business insurance. This places an additional financial strain on residents who must allocate more of their income to insurance costs, further inflating the cost of living. The ripple effects of crime extend to the real estate market, where property values in crime-affected neighborhoods often plummet. Prospective buyers are deterred by safety concerns, causing demand for housing to decline and property values to diminish. And as property values decrease, so too do property tax revenues, shifting the burden of funding public services onto residents and exacerbating the cost of living. Businesses operating in crime-prone areas face their own set of challenges. Theft, vandalism, and the need for heightened security measures drive up operational costs, which are ultimately passed on to consumers through their higher prices of foods, goods, and services. This, in turn, contributes to the overall inflationary pressure on the cost of living. The impact of crime on healthcare expenses cannot be overlooked. Injuries resulting from criminal activity necessitate medical treatment, while the psychological toll of living in an unsafe environment can lead to increased stress levels and mental health issues. These healthcare costs, both individual and societal, further strain household budgets and public resources. Furthermore, the loss of economic opportunities due to crime exacerbates poverty and economic inequality in urban areas. Businesses may be reluctant to invest or establish operations in crime-affected neighborhoods, resulting in a dearth of job opportunities and exacerbating socioeconomic disparities. This, in turn, forces residents to bear the brunt of a higher cost of living without the corresponding economic benefits. And in conclusion, crime exacts a heavy toll on the cost of living in urban areas, permeating every aspect of economic life, from increased security expenses and insurance premiums to diminished property values and business costs. The economic consequences of crime are profound and far-reaching. Addressing crime requires not only effective law enforcement and crime prevention measures, but also comprehensive strategies to alleviate its economic burden on urban residents.
It's easy to support Islam when you don't live in a Muslim country where Sharia law is in place, right? It's easy to complain about capitalism when you have a supermarket available every mile around you where you can go and buy food and you don't have to stand hours and hours in line for a piece of bread or a bucket of water, like it is in so many countries where socialism is in place. And if the United States has been falling in the last years, it is because of people like you who support a government that lies straight to your face, a government that creates this fake narrative that everyone is equal while destroying prosperity.
I said in a previous video that I was going to go hard for the next 5 months and wear all my Trump shit and all this and that, which clearly I wore this to the gym today. And I live in Brooklyn, New York, so I don't know what to expect most of the time. But at the gym, I saw this girl doing push-ups that were fucking perfect. A Jewish girl. Literally perfect, where I was like, I've been doing push-ups wrong my whole life. So as soon as she gets up, I'm like, yo, your push-ups are perfect. And she's like, thank you so much. I love your shirt. Number one. Then I'm on the bike doing something else and some girls come to fill up a water bottle and she goes, Trump's my man. I'm like, Trump's everybody's man. Let's fucking go. Then I'm getting a few winks. I'm getting a few. So I got no negative. And I don't care if I do get negative. I will do whatever I can in the next 5 months to make people realize that it's okay to vote for Trump.
It aligns more with what grandmama and them teach. But if you just look at the principles of the party, you can align with the principles of the party. God, family, work. I align more with that. It's just the Democratic Party, man. I'm gonna endorse Trump. I'll take my chances with Congress overseeing him with the 3 executive branches of government. He can't just do what he wanna do.
Some of you have been nothing but quiet until now, afraid to speak out, but somehow believe posting a flag upside down is going to turn this whole thing around. Huh. Okay. I think most of us can agree what's going on is not okay. And no one is coming to save the day. If it wasn't going to be before, unless they do something drastic, it's Trump 2024 for sure. Take action.
I voted for Trump when it wasn't cool. Now it's like the cool thing to do. It's a cool thing to save America. If you need Trump shit, there's shit in my bio. It's my whole fucking store. Every dollar that I make in June. This is our Pride Month. This is Trump Pride Month.
Just wanted to wish the LGBTQ plus community a happy Pride Month. Enjoy, but don't forget to thank a straight person for your existence.
June is Pride Month. Made a whole video about it the other day.
Donald Trump doesn't fit the mold of a normal politician.
Donald Trump is not even the craziest person in politics. The craziest person in politics is Ron DeSantis. That is a scary motherfucker. Ron DeSantis. He say some evil shit.
All right, it's hot as balls. Do you want to know what wearing a comfortable sundress gets you? So coincidentally, I'm gonna back out first. Let me just focus. So coincidentally,
Ron say some shit even make Hitler go, what?
Okay, so now I use my...
I know no one has like... I'll tell you this, people have always wanted to immigrate to the United States for a reason. And it's not because we are a white supremacist country, not because we're racist. This I can guarantee you. It's because we've always taken the word freedom very seriously. It seems to me that it's getting lost, and once that concept of freedom gets lost, that's when we're going to start having lives that look exactly like these countries that I just mentioned here. And unfortunately, it's going to be too late for these people to realize how good they had it here while they had freedom.
What is happening in New York City and Washington, D.C. is sending shockwaves across the country, and even down here in Florida, we too can sense something's happening, and we're all getting ready to be prepared. And Donald Trump's primary residence in Florida is the Mar-a-Lago Club, a private club and resort in Palm Beach. The property, often referred to as the Winter White House, spans 20 acres and features a lavish mansion with numerous amenities, including golf courses, tennis courts, and beach access. And as far as I can tell, Donald Trump is a permanent resident of Florida. He changed his residency from New York to Florida in 2019, citing reasons such as high taxes and his dissatisfaction with New York's political leadership. This move to Florida also coincided with his decision to declare Mar-a-Lago as his primary residence.
Ron DeSantis said black people don't get no credit for slavery because y'all learned something. What? We learned we should have whooped your motherfucking ass when we had the chance, Ron.
Now that they don't have it anymore, they're gonna cry about it. Now, if you don't agree with me and you think I'm just spitting a lot of BS, please DM me if you hate America, and I will buy your tickets, a one-way ticket to whichever country you want, the ones that you support, right? These countries that have Sharia law, these countries that are communist, these countries, okay? DM me and I will pay for your ticket, but you cannot come back here.
I have never seen anybody so dedicated to talking about Donald Trump like that kid Harry. Look at the way he decided to spin this video.
So Donald Trump just froze for around 30 to 40 seconds. This is really concerning stuff. Take a look at the clip.
Nation in the history of the world.
That's what we're doing now? For this.
So we got 28 days left. Rep our man. Let's fucking go.